Big time fight week, morning combat back at it. Brian Campbell here. And I got to talk to the three-time Bellator MMA welterweight champion of the world, looking to add a little bit more to that resume this Thursday night at Bellator 250. Douglas Lima, always, sir, a pleasure to talk to you. I might be talking to the best welterweight in the world right now. I mean, true or false?
Appreciate that. I mean, I would say it's true. If you say so, I believe you.
All right. I love it there. You've certainly padded that resume at welterweight, winning the Grand Prix tournament, which ended last year. Decision win over Rory MacDonald. But the story Thursday night is big. You moving up to 185 pounds to challenge Gegard Mousasi for that vacant Bellator middleweight title, looking to become just the fourth two-division champion in Bellator history. Whose decision was this? How did this idea start for you to dare to be great and risk it all here?
No, my decision. I've always thought about going up to middleweight. It was always something that I thought about. Because of all the crazy weight cuts and everything we went through at 170. And for me, it was just the perfect time. I just won the tournament. I beat pretty much everybody at welterweight, that's in the top 5, top 8 over there. And so instead of, getting rematches, I gave it a shot. Why not? I asked Scott Coker, man, can I please have a shot at middleweight right now? I think right now is the great time. And it worked out, he was cool with it. And man, what an opportunity, I can't wait, especially against a guy like Mousasi, he's a gamer. He's been all over, he's beat the who's and who's of MMA. So, man, for me, I couldn't be more pumped, about a fight like this.
I'd look at your resume and you'd been in a, middleweight tournament, but that was 10 years ago. So yep. How do you think your body will adjust adding the 15 pounds? And on top of that, do you see this as a permanent move? What are you sort of going through in this training camp to prepare for this?
Yeah, I don't think it would be permanent. I still want to defend, the title at welterweight. But my goal right now is to do both weight classes. I want to win this title and defend both of them. And as far as adapting to the weight, I don't think nothing's gonna change. I think I'm just gonna have more energy and have all my power, because right now I'm just cutting, the water weight. I'm not losing anything. I'm not losing weight and then cutting the water. So it'll be a little easier on the body. I try to put a little more muscle, a few more pounds. It's just hard, it's just hard to put the extra muscle. But I feel good, I'm like 200 pounds. You know what I mean? I think that's it's a decent size, for middleweight. I won't be huge. I'm sure I'm gonna be smaller than him in a cage, but I don't think the difference is gonna be that big, So the weight, I don't think it has anything to do with this fight. I'm focused on him, his skills, and let's see what happens.
Well, look, this is one of the best fights Bellator could make. This is one of the best fights in mixed martial arts this calendar year because of how well your skills could possibly mesh here. What I love about it from your standpoint and the whole idea of daring to be great, which I fully respect, is that, Mousasi's not just world class. He's fought everybody, but he's a guy who did well at light heavyweight. He's a guy who said, I might go up to heavyweight if I get the right opportunity. He's going to stay at middleweight for this one. How do you expect to physically compete against him, knowing he's going to be the much bigger man coming in?
He did fight a heavyweight. He tapped Mark Hunt out, remember? So he's the guy that fought in 3 weight classes above mine. But like I said, man, you're a fighter. You're here for challenges. If you're not looking for a challenge like that, I don't know what you're doing as a fighter. And for me, man, I jumped all over it. Of course, it's going to be bigger. It's all good. I trained with bigger guys before. I prepared. I've done everything that I could to prepare for this. We had good training partners. I paid my dues in the gym. We work hard. I've been training since my last fight. That was a year ago. You know what I mean? So, man, I have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. I just have to stay on top of my game this whole fight. You know what I mean? In one moment, it can be over. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be looking for the finish. I don't care who he's fought. I don't care what weight he is. He's fighting me Thursday night. I'm going to be looking for that finish. I don't care what he brings. I'm just focusing on what I have, on what I worked on. And we'll see what happens. I'm ready for this. I can't wait.
Well, you guys will be competing for the title that was vacated by Rafael Lovato due to illness. He had defeated Mousasi in a close fight. But if we're looking for any kind of comparison on the challenge you're trying to do, your rival Rory MacDonald moved up to attempt this same move back when Mousasi was middleweight champion in Bellator. And look, he got it handed to him in a one-sided stoppage defeat. What's going to be the difference? You're different fighters, obviously, but what's going to be the difference in you attempting to do this from what Rory tried?
I don't know. I can't compare, that fight, because Rory just wasn't himself. That's what I felt. He didn't show up to fight that night. I don't know if he felt the power or something over there. Can't take anything away from Mousasi. He just went there and got it done. It was his night. But I don't know. I feel I'm a different fighter. I'm also bigger than Rory. I know he was at 188, fight time, when he fought Mousasi. So, that's I don't know. That's a little small for middleweight, But I don't know. But I feel good, like you said, different styles. I'm totally different fighter than Rory, and it's definitely gonna be a different fight, So I'm not worried about that fight.
What we respect as fans, journalists about you so much is that, you've sort of, it's not an underdog story, but it's sort of a hard work, hard earned story for you to get to this point where you're world class. We don't know. You might be the best welterweight in the world. You've had to do it the hard way. You didn't get a giant promotional push early. You had to come back and avenge losses to Andrei Koreshkov, to Rory MacDonald. Was there a point along the way when you sort of bought into the idea that you have it in you, you're world class, you're a future champion, or was that always there all along from day one?
For me, yeah, I knew it. I knew I could compete with any of those guys, but it's like you said, the respect was never there, and I just had to keep fighting. I was like, man, eventually this guy's gonna realize, I just gotta keep beating everybody they put in front of me. I just gotta ask for the toughest competition, and that's what it's gonna be like, Still, to this day, the best competition that's there, I'm gonna ask for them. Do it the hard way. I think it's even better. Of course, there's a lot of people that already see it, they respect, they know, that I belong in the top, that I can compete with anybody. But there's always those guys that, it's like, man, if he's not in the UFC, he's not that great, this and that. But, it doesn't bug me anymore. It doesn't bug me. I don't really care about it. I just got to keep doing me, fighting the best fighters that I can possibly fight, and win fights. Because the main thing is winning. Because, man, one loss can take away everything. You know what I mean? People will stop thinking about you after one bad loss, So I just got to make sure I'm on top of my game, do my best there, fight time, and we go
well,
from
you've
there.
certainly, what I love about it is you've improved each fight, each year. I mean, you're such a different fighter than the guy who lost to Ben Askren for the Bellator title, which seems like decades ago. But I was looking at your ledger, and I didn't realize you turned pro in 2006, man, 18 years old. You fought UFC veteran Matt Brown in 2007. That's like another lifetime ago, it seems like, for you.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on it for a little bit, and for me, it's always about improving. It's like you said, every loss that I take something from it and I learn. The Ben Askren was a big wake-up call for me. The level of wrestling between me and him at that time was just, it was just too much. It's like, man, I gotta do something if I want to beat these guys. So that taught me a lot. As far as just stay training the whole time. Because man, I remember for that fight, I did an 8-week training camp for him after coming back from vacation, for like a 2-month vacation with no training, out of shape, and then you go and do an 8-week training for a guy like Ben Askren. That was just stupid, you know what I mean? But I learned my lesson. I'm not taking anything away from that victory, but I knew, what I did. I knew what I can be done to be better at it. But like I said, it just taught me a lot. You know what I mean? So every loss, you keep learning. And like I said this before, I'm done learning now. I'm good. I just want to keep winning. No more losses. But I feel good. I feel really good. I feel that I'm on top of my game, and I'm still just 32 years old, So as long as I'm healthy, my body's holding up together, everything is going good. I'll keep fighting. I'll keep getting better. And I'm always down to learn new stuff. You know what I mean? It's never enough. It's never enough. The game is always evolving. And there's a lot of killers coming out there. It's coming for what I have for my belt. And man, I gotta stay on top of my game. You know, these guys ain't playing. I'm not playing. You know what I mean? I'm there to win. You know what I mean? I take this very serious. You know, it's a lot of sacrifice a lot of things to be here. You know, so I take this very serious. You know, it can really get hurt in there. And man, whoever they bring at me, you know, I'll be ready.
Yeah, you're done. You're done learning lessons. You're ready to teach them right now. For anyone that doesn't know, I mean, MMA runs through your family. Your brother Dhiego on a 3-fight win streak in UFC, coming off of neck surgery. What the heck were those living room brawls like when you were growing up? First in Brazil, and then you moved to the Atlanta, Georgia area. What the heck was that like growing up with another successful fighter in the same house?
Not too bad, man. Honestly, we never really fought like crazy fights like that. We never really did it. I was always the one that was more into the martial arts. You know, my brother back in high school, he was football player. You know, he played soccer. He did all of that stuff. But he started MMA after he was done with high school. And he was like, man, I'm just going to do what you're going to do. You know, he got good at it real quick too. And then now he's my main training partner. You know, he's always in the gym. So the brawls that we have is all in the gym. You know what I mean? And he's healthy now, man. He's had a crazy year, you know, with his neck surgery, hand surgery. So he's healing up. Everything is healing up. He should be back fighting next year. And yeah, he's hungry. You know, he's ready as well. So it's good. It's good because he's always there in the gym with me. You know what I mean? We help each other. We get better together. And, you know, go after that belt over there too, you know?
Absolutely. Hey, if you're his main training partner, I can only imagine how good he's going to look when he comes back from injury. You mentioned everyone's coming for you because you're the champ. That makes sense. There's a man named MVP, Michael Page, who you knocked out, of course, in the Grand Prix. But I don't know if you read the headlines here, Douglas, but he says he's in your head. He says even if you move up to heavyweight, he's going to find you, follow you, and knock you out. How do you react to that?
I think it's the other way around. I'm the one that's in his head. You know, he won't stop thinking about me. And man, it's a guy that I KO'd in 6 minutes. You know, I'm here to fight contender. For me right now, he's not a contender. You know, he's not going after fights that's going to bring him up to a title fight. You can't just beat a newcomer and challenge me for the belt. I had to go through a whole tournament, you know, to get this belt back. You know what I mean? I had to do rematches and, you know, I had to do a lot, you know, to work, you know, to fight for this belt again. You know what I mean? He's got to do the same thing, man. He's winning fights, but, you know, come on, man. The level of competition is not there. You know, no disrespect for anybody he's fighting, man. Everybody that steps in there got all my respect. But it's not fights that's going to get him, you know, make him a contender. You know what I mean? Go after Larkin. Go after Koreshkov. Guys that fought for the belt before. Guy that's in the top 3, you know? But I don't know, man. If it happens one day, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? He keeps saying that I'm scared of him, this and that. It's like, man, I'm telling you, man, rematch is going to be worse. I know where you're good at now. You know, I know what you do. I know your speed. I know your power right now. Look at all my rematches, and then you come talk to me. You know what I mean? So, man, I'm not worried. You know what I mean? I got a much bigger task ahead of me. You know what I mean? Mousasi, a middleweight title. I'm not worried about him, but keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing his thing. You know, maybe one day we'll meet there again. You know.
Do you think, look, MVP gets a lot of camera time because he's flashy. He talks a good game. Do you think he's more style than substance, or do you think he's the real deal?
Nah, he's good. No, I can't take that away from him. It's good, man. He's what, 17-1, 18-1. You know, it's just the competition, man. You just gotta fight better competition. You know, you gotta look for those guys that's in the top. That's the only thing that kind of gets to me, you know. But no, he's good. He's doing his thing. He's not losing. You know what I mean? Because MMA is hard to stay, you know, undefeated with a good record. I mean, it doesn't matter who you fight. You know, it's hard. It's not easy. So you got to give him that credit. You can't take anything away from him. And he comes from those kickboxing fights that he's done many, many of them. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I respect everybody that steps in there. You know what I mean? But if you're going to ask for the champion, do your job. You know what I mean? Fight guys that's going to get you there. You know what I mean?
Well, you got a big one in front of you, as you mentioned. You need to focus a lot more on Mousasi than MVP. So let's talk about the great Gegard. He's coming off a victory over Lyoto Machida in their rematch, close fight. He did what he had to do. Where do you think he's at right now compared to the best we've ever seen in Mousasi? How dangerous of a test is this going to be?
Man, I think every time I fight somebody, I'm gonna think they're at the best. You know what I mean? Because if they training to fight me, they're training hard. That's how I think. You know what I mean? I'm expecting the best of him. He's 34 years old. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's good. He's on top of his game. I'm definitely expecting the best of him. And one thing too, he's very confident. You know, he believes he's better than me everywhere. You know, he's striking on the ground. So, it's gonna make him more dangerous for sure. But, just don't take me lightly. That's what I say. But I'm ready. I'm ready for the best that he got. You know, he's got a great striking game, great top game on the ground, and a complete fighter. You know what I mean? There's nothing on him that's bad. He's good everywhere. You know what I mean? That's what makes him dangerous. And but I'm definitely expecting the best of him. You know, I've done my best in the gym. You know, he'll see the best of me. And Thursday night we find out.
Can't wait. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports Network, Bellator 250. Look, for Bellator's a big card. It's a round number, 250. Yeah. Along with the great Pitbull, you can really say that you're kind of like a face of the company right now. What does it sort of mean to you to be headlining card number 250 for Bellator?
It's important. I headlined at Bellator 100. I thought it was pretty big too, because 100, now 250, definitely important, man. Bellator, they've been taking care of me for all this time. It's been almost 10 years, almost a decade already, so means a lot, for me to headline such a card like this, CBS, and I'm excited, man. I'm just excited. Like I said, I've done my work, I've done my job, and let everything come, It's a big time, for Bellator, for myself, such a big fight, man. I'm just so pumped. So pumped and ready to go, I just got to cut this weight tonight, make weight tomorrow, and fight. I just can't wait to fight. It's been a year already. I want to fight.
It could be a champ in about 36 hours. We'll check it out. Douglas Lima, great chatting with you. Bellator 250. Best of luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks again. See you guys soon.
TV taught me how to dream. It was a life jacket. I don't think you can be an artist and not touch people.